First up is our original BLFGT, the XHP35 high intensity. Still a great light. Now the BLFGT90. Wow. That is just incredible. All the power and range of the original, but massively brighter. Easily hitting those buildings. Today is a great day because we are going to look at not one but two epic flashlights. Both of these lights were sent to me by Neil's Gadgets for review. Thank you for that, Neil. The first light is the BLFGT90. I can't say this light was much awaited because I had no idea it was coming till it got here, but now that it is, the LED in this is the Luminus SBT90.2. That is the LED that we had in our Acebeam K75 a couple weeks back. Now we have it in the GT90, and we also have it in the Nightwatch Stalker. That's this little guy. This tiny little beast is powered by a single 26650, pushing around 20 amps to the LED. It has a gorgeous smooth reflector, a really nice looking set of thin fins. It feels like it's built like a tank too. Heavy spring in the tail. And it's a mechanical switch. I'm impressed that they found a switch that could handle that current load. Here's our size reference with the BLFGT90, the Acebeam K75 in the middle, and then our Nightwatch Stalker, the NI40 with SBT-90.2 LED. Now, that emitter in there is a 3-volt emitter, which is pretty rare to have an emitter that powerful be 3-volt, but to work with that, what Lumentop has done is they've converted the battery carriers to all parallel. So even though these stack end to end and you've got 8 batteries in there, you're still only running a 3-volt system. I think they did a really nice job adapting this. I actually like these carriers better because it feels like there's less chance you'll make a mistake putting the batteries in. Now, just so you know, the GT90, as far as I know, this is still a prototype. I don't know exactly when this will be ready to be sold, but when it is, of course, I'll make another video, and I'll come back to this video and put a link in the description for it. But I showed Texas Ace a picture of the driver board in here, and he said that they had made some changes. They had re-engineered it. However, the user interface operates pretty much the same way. I did notice that when I ramp it up and down, there's a tiny hiccup in the ramp where it's going smooth, and then it looks like it jumps about 4 levels and then continues to ramp up. Not a big deal. According to Texas Ace, that's when it switches from one channel to the other in the driver. So other than that, I haven't really found anything that seems different about it. So if you want to see how the whole user interface operates, I've got plenty of videos on that. The user interface on our Stalker is pretty simple. It's mechanical switch, so that's always our on-off. And it has low, medium, high, and if you double tap, you jump to turbo. Triple tap is your strobe, and that's pretty much it. This light is ready. It is for sale. There is links in the description. Now, one thing I'm definitely going to recommend is that you get this Shockley cell with it. You have got to have a really high drain cell in this light because I measured the current in this and I got over 18 amps. Measuring the current in the GT, that really took some doing, but I managed to pull that off too. And on a fresh pack filled with Sony VTC6 batteries, the button top version, which are also available at Neil's Gadgets, I got over 27 amps of current to the LED. That is an incredible amount of current. And fortunately, it's divided between all of the cells, but I mean, this thing is a beast. It really puts out some power. Now, I don't know what the output or the candela claims for the GT90 are. They didn't tell me anything, but I went ahead and measured that along with some other lights so we could compare. In the first column, you see claimed output for each light. In the next column over, the measured output at 30 seconds. Output after 15 minutes of runtime, and then one column further, the temperature I recorded. Looking first at the Stalker, it claims 5,000 lumens. I got 3879. I think that's great, but keep in mind that's a burst mode. That's only going to be for the first minute or minute and a half, and then it settles. After 15 minutes, I was at 677 lumens, but the temperature was still manageable. I could hold on to it. It was 137 degrees. I tested the K75 again. I got 86 lumens higher than when I tested the first time, so that's my variance on that. The K75 also has a short burst mode. Just within a matter of a couple of minutes, it's already settled down, and you can see that after the 15-minute runtime, it was at about 2180 lumens. 112 degrees, perfectly, no problem touching that. Jumping down to the BLFGT90, the output I recorded at 30 seconds is 4,970 lumens, and I disabled the temperature sensor so it could run for the full 15 minutes on turbo, and at 15 minutes I still had over 4,000 lumens from it. 154 degrees is the temperature that I recorded, and here's what that looks like. I could still pick up the light. I could still hold it as long as I took my hand all the way back to the back. So I'm going to say this light is sustainable for 15 minutes. I tried this with the BLFGT90, and you can see I got 8,000 lumens to start with, which is a little bit higher than what I had measured it before. We're up 300 lumens, but that's because I changed from LG cells to these VTC6 in there. At the 15-minute mark, we're still 6,200 lumens, but we're 186 degrees, and that is too hot. Do not do this. Seriously, the light smelled hot. Probably you should be cutting that one off at like 8 minutes. Moving to the candela. The Stalker claims 220,000 CD. I got 200. Acebeam K75 says 1.56 million. I got 1.58 million. The BLFGT90 claims 500,000 and I got 710. The GT90.2, I got 1.85 million. So not only is it brighter than the K75, much more sustainable, but also it even has a longer range. Not massively longer, but longer. It's winning in 3 spots. We'll do a quick run through of all our lights, beginning with Acebeam L16. That's our 2000 lumen tactical light from a few videos back. Now the Nightwatch Stalker SBT90.2 in this beast. Really a powerful little light. Next up is our original BLFGT XHP35 high. Now the BLFGT90, 7,500 lumens on this one. Here is BLFGT90. Just killing that building. Much more intense hotspot. Let's compare them both. We'll do GT90 on the left, GT70 on the right. Out at that far building. I mean, there's no doubt GT70 is brighter, but at that far building behind it, I mean, there's that gravel road back there. With the 90, I could help you find your car keys in that parking lot. there's that much light getting all the way out there. And the 70's putting some light out there, but not like this. At that distance, you really start to notice the difference. Here is Acebeam K75 on the left and BLFGT90 on the right. Now this is for me where it got pretty hard to tell the difference, even way out. I mean, both of these lights are just killing it. I mean, both really intense beam, and honestly, visually, at a long distance, I can't hardly tell the difference. Now let's do some close-up stuff. Beginning with my FW3A, that's the 2800 lumen everyday carry. Now the Nightwatch Stalker, just as bright. Really great thrower though. It's about 250 feet to the fence there. Now we'll go to the BLFGT90. Similar size hotspot here, but more power. Now we'll go to the GT90 and watch the size of the hotspot change. See how you can see the sheds now, but watch what happens when we switch. You see how the sheds are just blown out, like you can't even see what they are, except that you know what they are. Finally, now we're going to compare the little guy and the big guy. So on the left is the Nightwatch Stalker, the 26-650 size light, and on the right is BLFGT90. If you'd like to get your own Nightwatch Stalker, be sure to check the links in the description. As soon as I hear anything about the GT90 being ready, I will post a new video letting you guys know it's ready, and I will also come back here to this video and post a link for it. So if you're watching this video a month from the post date or more, be sure to check the description. Guys, as always, super thanks for watching, and good lucks.